It's the late 1800s and you're sitting in a bar enjoying a drink when suddenly a furious woman storms in with a hatchet and starts smashing everything in sight. This wasn't some wild bar fight, this was a one-woman crusade against alcohol led by the infamous Carrie Nation. Armed with nothing but righteous fury and an actual axe, she became one of the most feared and controversial figures of the temperance movement, destroying saloons in the name of God and prohibition. Carrie Nation wasn't always an axe-wielding terror. She was born in Kentucky in 1846 and raised in deeply religious household, but her war on alcohol started for deeply personal reasons. Her first husband was an alcoholic and his drinking destroyed their marriage and ruined their lives. After his death, Carrie became fiercely religious and believed alcohol was the root of all evil. She remarried and moved to Kansas, a state that had actually banned alcohol in 1880, but the ban was poorly enforced and illegal saloons operated everywhere. She petitioned, protested and prayed for enforcement, but nothing changed, and so Carrie took the matters into her own hands. In 1900, Carrie had a vision. She believed God had commanded her to destroy saloons by force. So on one day, she walked into a bar and started smashing. She grabbed rocks and bricks, smashing liquor bottles, wooden bars, and even beer kegs. Soon, she upgraded to a full-blown hatchet, earning her the nickname the Hatchet Wielding Crusader. She traveled from town to town, wrecking saloons wherever she went. Bartenders and drinkers fled in terror, while police arrested her over 30 times. Every time she was thrown in jail, she just paid her bail by selling souvenir hatchets. Carrie Nation became a national figure, giving speeches, writing books, and leading protests. She was loved by some, hated by others, but impossible to ignore. And while people mocked her, she actually won in the long run. By 1920s, prohibition became the law of the land, banning alcohol across the entire United States. However, the prohibition turned out to be a complete disaster. Instead of stopping drinking, it created a black market run by gangsters like Al Capone. The ban was so unpopular that it was repealed in 1933, just 13 years later. As for Carrie, then she never lived to see its failure. She passed away in 1911, convinced that she had changed the world.